But don't go anywhere. Up next here on Fox Sports News, Paul Upham is live in studio to chat all things boxing in the lead up to the Mundine Browne fight tonight. Welcome back to the Fox feed on Fox Sports News. I'm Louise Ransom. Now tonight, Anthony Mundine will return to the ring for the first time since February 2017. At the 42 years of age, Mundine will be taking on fellow Aussie Tommy Browne in what he says could be the final fight of his career. Paul Upham joins me in studio to go over the fight. Paul, good to see you.
Hello.
Now, the question is, on everyone's lips, I'm assuming, is why is Mundine choosing to fight Tommy Browne in particular?
Well, look, there's a strategy there that he wants to get a win and get his name out there again, surprisingly, to get a fight with Jeff Horn. Jeff Horn's the big star of Australian boxing. We've seen him do some great things, had the great win against Pacquiao. And Mundine feels that, one, he could beat Horn, and two, he could probably make the most money against Horn. And ultimately, boxing is a business, and Mundine doesn't get paid unless he fights. He's 42, as we mentioned. In your opinion, should he still be fighting? I don't think so. 42 is past it. The best of the best, even them at 35, I've seen as the cut-off. I've done a lot of history over the years, and not many guys have great wins over the age of 35. Even at the weigh-in yesterday, he looked very drawn. He admitted to Katie Kay, the Fox Sports reporter, that he probably left a bit late to get his weight down to 72 kilos. He fought Danny Green nearly a year ago at 79 kilos, and he's had to come back down to 72, and at 42 it gets harder and harder to do that. And I think there is a genuine chance that Tommy Browne can win this fight, not because he's a great fighter, because Mundine has passed his best. Will we see it go the distance tonight, Paul? And I know you said Browne will take it out, but how many rounds are you expecting this to go? Look, it's only 10 rounds. So Tommy isn't a knockout puncher. He's only had 13 or 14 wins by knockout, so he wins fights on points. And he's won a lot of fights in his career. He's a very good fighter. He fought twice for the WBA and WBC world titles at featherweight, and he was beaten by better fighters. He wasn't disgraced. And I just think that Tommy Browne coming up one weight class is going to be fresher and feel better at 34, and Mundine's really going to have to push hard. If Anthony Mundine wins tonight, it's a really good win. I'll give Mundine all the credit, but I'm just concerned at 42 that he can't do it for 10 rounds anymore. What if he doesn't win tonight? What if he loses? Is this it in terms of Mundine's boxing career? Look, I think there's some people around Mundine who probably don't want him to fight on, and ultimately he's got to make that decision. But I think the legislators need to look at him. 42, over the age of 35, you have to get permission, special permission to fight in New South Wales, licensing. And if you've been a constant fighter, they let you do that. I think he needs to have a good look at himself. It depends how he loses. If he puts on a really, really good performance tonight and loses a close decision, he'll probably be able to rationalise that he could fight again, and maybe he was a bit rusty because he hadn't fought a year. And he talked about overcoming a hip injury and he's going to be better. Well, if he's going to be better, let's see it. But I've had too many people tell me in the Danny Green fight, which he lost, that Mundine won. He didn't win the fight. It was either a draw, 5 rounds to 5. I had people tweeting me, emailing me saying that Mundine win. He didn't win that fight. It was either a draw or Green won, 6 rounds to 4. The fighter is usually the last one to know when it's time to hang them up, and the people around them or the legislators need to make the decision. If Anthony Mundine's fantastic, let him show us tonight. He'll win well, he'll win comprehensively, and he can go on and try and get a fight with Jeff Horn. But if he's not what he was, and if he's going to get hurt, he shouldn't be boxing anymore. You said the people around him should help make that decision for him. What do you think they would be most concerned about? And if you were around Mundine, what would you be most concerned about in terms of his well-being at 42 years of age still boxing? We only have to look into the corner of Tommy Browne. His brother Davey is not there anymore. He tragically died in 2013. Boxing's not like rugby league. It's not like tennis. It's not like darts. You can be killed in the ring, and unfortunately it's so tragic it happens. It's a physical contest, and if Anthony Mundine is not up to it to defend himself and fight the way he used to, the fantastic fighter that he was for so many years, we're going to see that tonight. He won't be the same. The key is, and we saw it in the Green fight, there's an old saying that older fighters can't let their hands go. They don't let their punches go, whether that's they haven't got the fitness or they haven't got the confidence anymore. If you see in those early rounds Anthony Mundine not letting his hands go and punching, you know he's not what he once was. Yeah, right. Interesting. Well, you're watching on, that is for sure, and watching out for that. Now, Jeff Horn, you've talked about it briefly. Do you think this would happen with Jeff Horn and Mundine? And what's in it for Horn to do that, besides money, of course? But it's only a money thing. It's like when Larry Holmes fought the great Muhammad Ali. It was a money fight. There was no other reason to have that fight because Ali was past his best. Jeff Horn's going to fight Terence Crawford, the undefeated American, in April, and that is going to be a fantastically tough fight for Jeff Horn in itself. So he's got to concentrate on that. But, you know, if Mundine can prove himself tonight, well, you know, if Jeff Horn wants the money, to me it's an easy fight, because I think Jeff Horn would walk over the top of Mundine. Jeff's in his prime, Mundine's past his best.
Would it still be good for Australian boxing to see that bout?
I don't want to see Anthony Mundine go out like that. I've seen Anthony Mundine have too many fantastic wins and too many great nights, and he's done so much for Australian boxing over the years. So many people don't like Mundine for what he says, but you have to give him credit for the way he's risen the sport up, taken it around Australia, put on fantastic events, given lots of opportunities to other boxers. I don't want to see him go out hurt. I want to see Anthony Mundine out there with the Aboriginal kids and working with them in the future and doing fantastic things with Aboriginal communities. That's where I want to see Anthony Mundine. If he's still good enough, show us tonight. Show me. Show me you can still do it.
Yeah, well said. We do have to talk about something that Mundine said, and he brought race into his conversation, again taking aim at Horn for the colour of Horn's skin. What did you make of these comments? Basically, just to bring our viewers up to speed, he's claiming that Horn gets the attention because he's white, not because of his skill. What do you make of those comments?
I think Jeff Horn gets his attention because he's a very good fighter, and he beat Manny Pacquiao, and Pacquiao is one of the greats. And if you win and you have fantastic wins, you'll get the attention. Anthony Mundine, when he had great wins, was getting the attention. How many times have we seen Anthony Mundine on the back page and the front page of the papers? Because he's won. He's had fantastic performances. The day he beat the American Antoine Eccles and won his first world title, he was the King of Australia. The day he beat Danny Green, we lauded him. What a great fighter he was. So I just don't believe that. Anthony's done this before. He said the same thing about Danny Gill, and he made comments about Daniel Gill's Aboriginal heritage. I don't think we need that, whether someone said, oh, you say this to get media attention. You know, I think Anthony sort of believes what he says. I don't think he's a puppet of anybody else. But we don't need that. And Jeff Horn gets the attention because he deserves it. That's the truth.
Yeah, he's worked hard. We've got a great chat with Jeff Horn's trainer, Glenn Rushton, on Fox Sports News, which are playing throughout the afternoon and evening here. So look out for that one. Paul Upham, always great to have you on. Thanks so much for bringing us up to speed, and looking forward to seeing how Mundine goes tonight. Hopefully he is all okay within that bout.
Thanks, Lou.